Well, good afternoon everybody, hope you're okay, and I hope you can hear me as well, so let me know. What I need to do, as always, is I need to mute this, otherwise you'll hear me 15 times. Well, good afternoon everybody, hope you're okay. There we go, so I've muted that now. Hope everything's alright. We're here at RAF Cosford. You may recognise the building there, the hangar, the main museum hangar, or one of them. So the lecture theatre is in. This, you can't really tell because it's reflecting the sky, but you can see the reflection of some of the buildings there. So that is really shiny and silvery. This scenery was done by a friend of ours, Richard Elliott, but sadly, Richard doesn't do any scenery anymore. He doesn't design anything anymore. It took him a long time to do this, to get this curve in here, and also to get that shine on. But anyway, I'm not even sure if you can still get hold of it. You probably can if you look on xplain.org. Anyway, as I say, we're at RAF Cosford because we're going to have a look at the DWS thingy. F16. Alright, so there we have it. We're on the tarmac at the moment. Awfully sorry, there we go, that's better. We're on the tarmac at the moment, and on the hard stand, and we'll just zoom in a little bit. Let me get a good view of it so I can zoom in. And whoops, this is DWS F16, which I have to say is superb. But whilst you can load weapons on, and you've got bombs and missiles and everything, you can't fire them. Drat. So this is what they call the air display model. Let me just go to the website, which is over here. Let's pull this up here. So Delta Wing Simulations, the F16 Block 52 Plus, which is, as I say, the air display model. Now, I am going to do a review of this, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to kind of take a little while with the review because it's a case of learning. It's a long time since I've flown military sims, and this one is incredibly advanced, I have to say. So what I thought I'd do is I'd just do a live broadcast and just show you around it a little bit. Now, as you can probably hear, the engines are running, and if it's too loud, you've got to let me know, and I will turn it down. It is extremely loud. Chief Sim Pilot, good afternoon. Can you let me know if you can hear me over the sound of the engine of this aircraft? Just say yes or no, and I will sort it out. In fact, what I'll do, I'm going to turn it down anyway. I think probably a better idea just to turn it down a lot quieter if I can find X-Plane. There we are. There we are. That's a bit better, isn't it? Turn it down. So DWS F16. It's a lovely aircraft. It really looks great. Let me just show you some of the liveries, if I can go through these quickly. Let's see, customize. So that's the Thunderbirds livery that we're showing now, and you do get quite a number of them. So there's default, which is this one here. Then there's the Danish 2K, and you also get 2K and 4K versions. There's Dark Falcon, that one there. I actually quite like that, that's a bit funky. There's the factory one, so it's just come out of the factory with its factory livery. HAF 340, looks more military. All of the HAF ones are more of a military nature. Then you've got the Polish Tigers. See, that's very subtle there. Thunderbirds, I think, is the flight display team in the US, and then Zeus, which is really funky. Oh, we'll use Zeus, I think, just to whilst we're having a look. Sounds are good. Good. That's nice to know. We've got a couple of people watching now, so say hello. Let's get in here, and I think if we go outside here, yeah, I can move around a little bit better. So it is highly detailed. Let me get a better view. I think probably this one, yeah. That's better, isn't it? It's highly detailed. I mean, the repaint there is absolutely superb. It looks really, really good. Zeus obviously is the Greek Air Force. You can see that Greek on there. Pilot in there, a beautiful glass cockpit, plexiglass cockpit there. It really looks fabulous. Unfortunately, when you're inside the aircraft, you don't kind of see the cockpit as well for some reason. But yeah, Hellenic Air Force, which Hellenic means Greece or Greek. Absolutely stunning livery, absolutely amazing. The level of detail on this aircraft, absolutely superb, certainly externally, but I wonder what it's like internally. So we'll have a look at the cockpit in a moment. But I actually, when I first started flying simulators, I first started with combat simulators. I mean, I think the very first one was by Microprose, and it was Secret Weapons of Luftwaffe, which was pretty rudimentary by today's standard, but at the time we thought it was fantastic. And of course things are a heck of a lot different now when you get something like this. So let's have a look inside of the cockpit. Now here you can see what I mean. You wouldn't know that you was actually in a cockpit, because the visibility out of something like this is exactly as you see it. You know, it's just clear in front of you. There are no spars or anything. But if we have a look around, see, there is a cockpit here, but because of the visibility that you get, yeah, it's, you know, it's just as is. I put some views on here for us to have a look around. And maybe I need to change where the sun is, because you can't see the cockpit too well. So there you are, you see? So there's glass all around you, so your visibility as a pilot is absolutely amazing. Let me just change the time of day, I think, see if we can get the sun a little bit higher. Oops, wrong, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to time of day. Well, actually, it's not too bad. That's where the sun would be. I'd have to go to summertime to get the sun above. So we'll do that. We'll change it to, we'll go to June, and we'll get the sun. There we are. That's better. We can see into the cockpit a little bit better. Okay. So as you can see, once you're in the cockpit as well, you know, you can't hear very much outside. And as I say, it's incredibly detailed. I did a cold and dark start of this a little while ago, and it is really quite confusing. Now that is a bit of a shame. There you can see the pilot, you can see his shoulder up here, his left leg and his right leg here with the Delta Wing Simulations manual strapped to his knee. But then when you go to, when you go to this view, the pilot disappears, and I'm not too sure about that. Oh, you get him back though here. Now this is the third version of this I've had, okay, already since I was asked to have a look at it and review it. And over here, I mean, this bewildering array of switches and knobs, but it's actually relatively easy to start. And I did do a cold and dark start on it a week or so ago, but I actually did have to follow the manual, and I wouldn't be able to do it now. Believe me, I would not be able to do this now, because you really do need the manual. And the very first version of this I had, there was no manual for it, which was a bit disturbing. But now there is a full manual, and it's highly detailed. Now, originally I thought I had more views than that, but clearly not. I did set up a number of views, but as you can see, a lot of detail there. Let me come back to this view, and we'll just pan around the cockpit. So on the left hand side here is basically everything you need for starting. You've got your brakes, parking brake, anti-skid. You don't need much of this. This is all set anyway, automatically. In terms of IFF ident that you would ident when in a conflict situation. Down here, of course, is all your status in terms of your jammer and MWS Not all of this works, but most of it does now. In the first version that I had, not a lot of it was working, but it is all working now. Okay, here I think this test display. This will all be to do with your MFDs as well. Engine starters around here, main power. Absolutely bewildering. A lot of this stuff, you would never use any of this. Anti-collision. Those are your lights. Wing and tail lights, hang on. Yeah. Fuselage lights. So you can have them off, on, bright. I'll flash that. On the other side, avionics power on this side here. Voice control, you're not going to worry about that too much. Temperatures, air conditioning, voice messages. Turn that on. Does that go on? The only problem I did find with this was things like the click spots are in awkward places, and you really do need to set up views for this, because you'd be swinging around your cockpit all the time. So you do need to set up views if you've got X camera or something equivalent, or even using just X-Plane's camera system. You should be able to, do your views. Now I'm just moving the hat stick, the thumbstick on my joystick here, so you can move around like that, of course. And you've got the heads-up display, of course. Now you've got to be in the correct position to see the heads-up display, which would be there. That would be where you'd normally fly from your flying angle. Okay. I would say that the ambient occlusion is pre-baked, I guess. It certainly would be pre-baked, without a doubt. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, with the manual, there's not an awful lot of detail about that kind of stuff. There is some detail, but not a huge amount. So when you're looking at like externally, that's where you're going to see, the PBR rendering at its finest, as you can see here. Don't know why my flaps are going there. I got to remember how to take the chocks off. There is remove chocks. I suppose I could get my manual out, but we won't worry about that too much. I'm not going to be able to jump the chocks either. I wonder where. Let's have a look, see if I can find the manual. It's on my system somewhere. Let me have a look over here so I'm not going to disturb the view all the time. The one thing I have noticed of late with a lot of these aircraft, sometimes they don't give you enough information, but this one has got it. So I'm just opening up the manual and I will show it to you. It is it links to an internet. It links to the documents on your C drive in your users. You could download it. You could print it quite easily. So we're going to have a quick look through. So you've got introduction, cockpit layout, partially simulated panels, normal procedures, cockpit prep, basic cockpit setup, so forth, bingo fuel, altitude alerts, external lights, manual trim, HUD, indexes landed, so forth and so on. I need to find the removal of the landing chocks. External lights, transponder, EPU, engine start, manual pitch override, hydraulic pressure, cockpit preparation, startup and basic. Set parking to set brakes, parking brake, which is one. Push canopy switch. Startup sequence, start switch, 10 auto. Yeah. Turn MFD screens on. 11. Let's have a look. So MFD screens reserved for 3, so it's got to be that one. They're on. Okay. It's about removing chocks. Just brightness, forget about that. Backup VHF communications, turning to main position order. Bingo fuel setup, altitude alert setup. By using it, you can choose between various configurations setups for the jet and simulator. Okay, so that's pop out window there, that's new. Chocks are on, chocks are off, there we go. So let's get that out of the way and we'll try and move this aircraft. So brakes released. Well, let's try the old B key. There we are. Right, I've got to try and find my way to a runway. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do it on the grass. Probably not. Have I flown from RAF Cosford? I think I have. We'll try and see if we can get to the runway from the grass. Because this is a beast of an aircraft once it's airborne. I will show you. Now, RAF Cosford now, they use, it's only for gliders. So we're using a little bit of artistic license here. Okay. I keep hoping that Mr. Beast will tune into my channel one day and say, oh look, there's somebody, he's only streaming to 4 people, let's give him some money. And I have no such luck. I know that. No such luck for me. Right. We're on the runway. That's good. Let's have a look here. Let's pop this up. Ladder is off. Back. Is that one? Ooh, look. TDP, waypoints, setup, SMS, declutter, blank, reset. I suppose I could put a flight plan in if I knew how to do it. Sound effects, pilot sound is on. High G sound is on. What a strange pilot setup. Pilot side bag, pilot is on. Oh, I see. You have different things. Okay. Back. Cinematic. Cine back. Cine front. Cine back seat. I have no idea. This, or loadout, now I know that we can change things here. We can take the wing tanks off. Yeah. Smokers, engine smoke, smokers. We can have smoke on. Fuel tank. Put that on. Changes the weight of the aircraft. Tail chute. There we go. All fun and games. Alright. Put that over there. We'll leave this as it is. We're just going to fly manually. Alright. Wish me luck, as they say. I got a funny feeling that there's a bit of lens, a bit of reflection on the cockpit there, so you can feel as if you're in that glass. Okay, here we go. Whoopsie-daisy. Right. I tell you what, this would be great fun flying the Mach loop with this. No, that'd be superb. Let's go vertical. Full throttle, afterburner. Go vertical. Alright, if you want me to turn up the volume a little bit. Whoops. There we go. It's very twitchy, as you would expect. I think a lot of fighter jets are a bit like that. Have a quick look outside. Look at that, the old 2D. So, cut the motors, so throttled right back now. It is good fun, but unfortunately, because it's military, you know, I think, and you can't fire your weapons. You can set everything up and you can fly waypoints and all the rest of it. You got Comp 1, Comp 2, so you probably could join a VOSA, you know, and VATSIM and fly missions. It's got everything you need. Everything works here. It's got air to air, air to ground, but they don't work, unfortunately. As I say, it is, for all intents and purposes, just a what's the word? Flight demonstration, flight display model. Still good fun. Right, we've got a few people watching. Say hello. Let me give you a shout out. I'm in the DWS F16. If you haven't got a military aircraft, this is one to have. I mean, it is really nice. The modelling is superb. And for the moment, I am throttled right back. I am idle throttle. Hard to know what my speed is because I have no speed indicator here. I've got altitude and that's about it. No speed indicator. There will be one somewhere, but like I say, you know, when was the last time I flew military sims? If I could find the HUD, that would give me an indication. There we go. We're doing 450 knots. Altitude 16,000 feet. So the HUD actually looks quite good. So 16,000 feet, 473 knots. I tell you something, the landing these things, sure, it's a nightmare. Because you do land pretty fast, around about 880 knots. But at the moment, everything's off. I have no idea where Cockpit is now, as I just punched it out the sky. She's idle. We can still climb. Orbeck's True Earth, Great Britain scenery, really looking good, living up to its name. Looks absolutely amazing. Let's get a bit of throttle on there. 10,000 feet descending. Get out of that. Or am I going to hit the dirt? I think I might have hit the dirt. I might have stressed it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I crashed. I thought so. I think I was going a little bit too fast there. Stressed it a little bit too much. We'll go to RAF St. Athan. I know it's got a longer runway. We'll have a poodle around Cardiff. Looks good. Have to start my work day. I'll try come back. I doubt whether I'll be here by then, Chief Sim Pilot. But you know, enjoy yourself. Don't work too hard, as they say. What time is it where you are at? It's 13:41 here, so just 20 to 2. This is okay. Modified. That's better, isn't it? There we go. I don't know who else is here. Fortnite Gamer Device is here. Obviously obsessed with Fortnite, as always. But he's here, so good afternoon to you. If you just want to say hello. If you're on your phones, watching on your phones and you're in work, why aren't you working? The weather here in Cardiff today is absolutely dreadful. It's not nice at all. If I had real world weather on, we wouldn't be able to see anything out of the cockpit windows. I can tell you, it's probably very misty and murky up at RAF St. Athan, which is only a couple of miles from Cardiff. Yeah, probably wouldn't be able to see a thing, at a guess. Just been messing with my RunCan camera, so there you can see it. It's based on the Hero Session 5. This is the RunCan 5 Cube, which is exactly the same thing. Absolutely brilliant action camera, which I use when I'm flying my racing drones. So I've been messing around with that today and doing some video. I've modified my little case for it so I can strap it onto one of my drones when I'm flying. One of my racing drones, should I say. Well, as always, it takes ages to move from one place to the other because of the scenery files in X-Plane. If anybody's got any questions, There's only 3 of you watching now. Anybody any questions, just shout them out, and we'll see what we can do. So once again, I'm in the DWS Sim Delta Wing Simulation F16. You can get this from xplane.org. I can't remember how much it is, so why don't we go and have a look, and then can't reach that site for some reason, so we'll go through this way instead. We'll go through where the heck is it? There we go. Hope there's not. There we go. I was just going for a moment there. I thought, oh gosh, what's wrong? So let's have a look here, and we'll see how much this F16 is. Is it on sale? I think it is on sale. I'm pretty sure I just saw it. There we go. F16 is $45 from xplane.org. The Airshow edition, which is the one that we have here now. Right, so we're at RAF St Athan. We'll get going again and just take off from Cardiff, I hope. No chocks on, brilliant. So let's move this view to here so I can see the HUD. Yeah. And we'll get going. Full throttle, afterburner. Longer runway here at RAF St Athan than Cosford. Don't need all that power. RAF Cosford behind us. I remember coming here to do some plane spotting. What they do, if you're lucky, is they take off in the direction that I've taken off now, and then we'll come back. What I'll do, and I've seen this happen, they go out over this way and they'll turn around. So we've got to turn around here, and I hope I can do this. Especially when they had the Eagles, tornadoes, mostly tornadoes. And they would come back. That's Swansea Bay, so I need to pull around a little bit further. I've lost my sense of direction slightly because this thing moves so fast. Let's pull it around. That's Bridge End. What they do, they come back full throttle over the airport and low. So I'm full throttle now. And they descend down to a couple hundred feet. There we go. is fly across Arias and Athens at a hell of a speed, and I've seen him do this with tornadoes, which is what I am doing now. And I'm just going to come down the runway. They do that, and then it sound just like that. Scared the bejesus out of you, believe me. So loud. You wouldn't hear it coming, but you hear it once it was past. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely terrifying. Good fun though. Oops, let's get back on here. So I'm just coming over Cardiff now, I think. Yeah. Not very far from where I live. Cardiff County Cricket Club there, the Millennium Stadium. I wonder if we can get up to the bridges. I'm not sure whether the bridges are depicted in here. I know I've had the bridges in X-Plane in the past. It's telling me to pull up. My altitude is not so low. Where are we? 200 feet. 186 feet. $160 feet. Okay, here we go. Here's one of the second 7 crossing. I wonder if I can get underneath it. 110, 99 feet. I'm going to go through the central spar there for the we'll call the second 7 crossing, right, 60 feet. I should be able to get underneath it at that quite easily. 64, 63 feet. What do you reckon? I'm pretty sure, well, I know that the road is higher than 60 feet. I'm down to 50 feet now, and it doesn't feel as though I'm going to get under it, but we'll give it a go now. I'm low. I'm low. And just, I didn't make it. I didn't make it. We crashed out again. Damn. I thought I was under that. I was convinced I was under it. Nope. Crashed out again. Maybe it was close proximity. Oh, there you go. You can see me. See me tumbling about. Oh well. I would have got over under the original 7 crossing, and we're sinking to the bottom of sinking to the bottom there. Oh no, we might float a little bit. Ah well, there we go. All good fun. Hiya, Jake. Well, I'm just playing. That's all I'm doing. Have you got this aircraft, Jake? If so, then I'm sure you have just as much fun as I do in it. Just throttle to the bulkhead and just smash it in. Oh well. I just came on quickly just to show you. I will be doing a full review of this aircraft. Oh, we're back. I will be doing a full review of this aircraft just to show you, you know, the flight model, how to start the lot. Let's see if we can get it up again. Here we go. Long runway at St. Athan, and there we go. We're airborne. Clearly we're not going to get it up. Chief Sim Pilot, no, I did have MS 2020 for a short while because I got it on the, I bought it for £1 on the Xbox Gamer thing, so I did have it for a short while. It is very nice indeed, it looks great. I can't deny that. The clouds in it are superb, but there's just so much that I don't like about it. Mostly to do with flight models and such like. I mean, and I've said this, that for example the clouds just don't look. You don't see clouds looking that pretty in real life, you know. I mean, but by the same token, they are exceptional. They do look fantastic, but it's just not for me. I mean, let's sort this out. Stop this jittering about. Right, calm down, and it won't. Let's put real world weather on this. Let's see what happens. It's pretty overcast, as I knew it would be today. Are you okay, or are you going to fall over again? We'll see. Right. So this is overcast, and to get below this, where am I? 4,000 feet. Whoa. Ah! Nope. See, when you can't see the horizon, you're in trouble. Fortnite Gamer, you would say that though, wouldn't you? I'm not quite sure what you're on about, Fortnite Gamer. Who? What, me? What would I say? I mean, I'm being perfectly honest. I'm being perfectly honest in so much as I think that MS 2020, it looks stunning, but not all over the world. Some parts of it just don't look right at all, I have to say. Some parts of the world just don't look right. Other parts look fantastic. I think America is treated better than many parts of Europe. Oh, excuse me, itchy nose. It does look stunning, but in terms of the flight model, and then there's all this business about labels popping up and stuff like that, and to get rid of the HUD when you're in an external view, you can get rid of it, but it takes ages. It's a pain in the butt to get rid of, but I managed to do that. The camera system in it I don't particularly like, but then again, I'm coming from a different point of view. I'm coming from the point of view that I've had X-Plane for a long time. I know how X-Plane works. I know the camera system in X-Plane, although some people I remember in the past, when X-Plane 10 first came out, they hated the camera system. They thought it was horrible. And if you use X-Plane's default camera system, it can be a pain in the backside. But so in many respects, it's the same with MS 2020. And I suppose once you learn the camera system, I know people who produce amazing videos in MS 2020 just using the MS 2020 camera system. So clearly they've learned how to use it. It does look amazing. Some of the things that I've seen, and some of the things I've been told about that I haven't seen, are astounding. So, you know, come Christmas, I might buy it myself, or, you know, when it's my birthday, I might get my kids to buy it for me. Would it become my simulator of choice? No. And I'm being perfectly honest. Somebody said to me, when it first came out, somebody that I know very well, they said to me, "Oh, you should use MS 2020. Put that on your stream. You'd have a lot more viewers." Well, maybe I would, but I don't like it. You know, I'm an X-Plane user. That's why I'm X-Plane dedicated. Yep, you're dead right there, Fortnite Gamer. You're dead right. I wouldn't say it may be technically leagues ahead X-Plane in certain areas, but not in all. One of the things I dislike about the cloud depiction is that the camera, the clouds and the camera are fixed in a central point. So when you're in an external view, for example, and you pan around, the central focal point for the camera and the clouds is in the middle of the screen, so it can give you, as you scroll around, you kind of get that fishbowl effect. It's like having a fishbowl around you. It's really weird. It took me quite a while to figure out what it was that I disliked about that particular aspect of it, and I saw there was some beta testers who were showing it to me, and I kept saying there's something wrong. I can't quite figure it out, and I did figure it out, and it's the central focal point in the external shot and the camera are stuck together, and it gives you that fishbowl effect. That might just be me, I don't know, but it's something that I found a bit disconcerting. But yeah, I mean, what's not to like? It does look fantastic. I just hope that in the future that they will be able to get some really good quality aircraft for it, and I'm sure they will. I'm more than sure they will. I mean, let's have a look. I'm just trying to find something now. I tell you, the other thing I dislike about it, okay, you can call me picky if you want, right, okay, let's have a look at this. That interface is absolutely awful. It really is. It's terrible. It treats, I don't know, I just don't like it. This isn't me, by the way, this is somebody else. It's their video. Let's just scroll through. It's just things about it. Certain things I don't like about it where you have to go back. Right, now looking at that looks lovely, but I can see this in X-Plane, yeah? Clouds like that, mist, isolated weather, you've got down here, this cloud effect down here, you can see that in X-Plane quite easily as well. Localized rain, we've had that in X-Plane for a long time. Anyway, that's my spin on it. No, hang on, what's this? Not even counting the authenticity for the clouds, it's still technically superior in the sense that it's entirely volumetric compared to X-Plane, which just draws copy paste textures, unless you use XEnviro. Wrong. SkyMax Pro does the same thing. I haven't used I have got XEnviro. I don't particularly like it. And what's that other one? Ultra Weather XP. That's another one which looks fantastic in screenshots, but when you actually get it on the sim, there's a couple of things wrong with it, like the overcast. It becomes overcast and it's just too dark. Have you tried Sugma? I'm not quite sure what Sugma is. Let's do a quick Google search. Sugma. Urban Dictionary. I'm pretty sure that's not what you're on about. Sugma, Urban Dictionary. Sugma gifts and merchandise. Sugma on Spotify. I'm sure you'll let us know what Sugma is. Right, I think yep, there we go. But anyway, let's not get into this argument of, of which is better. The most important thing ever, and I've said this for years, it doesn't matter what you fly, as long as you fly. And if you like it and enjoy it, that is all that matters. It doesn't matter whether it's X-Plane, FS 2004, P3D, MS 2020, Aerofly, whatever. It doesn't matter what you fly, DCS World, as long as you're happy, then that's all that matters. Actually, John Spann and Frank Kane, they're actually once again doing a huge update to SkyMax Pro. I know that they are working on that as I speak. Not quite sure when that update's coming out, but they are, once again. The one thing I will say about MS 2020 in its favour, and what is that it has shaken up the third world is shaken up the third-party developer bubble, so to speak, and lots of people are up in their game. There are people developing for MS 2020, and the people who are working in X-Plane, they've upped their game and they're doing all sorts of terrific stuff. Anyway, enough of that. Fortnite doesn't draw, it uses the same billboard method but in higher density. That's just a factually false statement. Fine. However you want it. However, as I say, the most important thing is it doesn't matter what you fly, as long as you fly. And that is actually the most important thing indeed. All right. We're going to call it a day there, so I will see you all soon. Take care. I think I'm going to have a game of COD. Hope you've enjoyed it. It was a bit of fun for me. I am going to do a full review of it, so you'll see Cold and Dark Stars and all the rest of it in a couple of weeks' time. Okay, take care. See you all soon. Hope you like my screenshot, and happy days. Cheerio.